much. The thrill is extraordinary. All right, well, if you've tuned in, you lucky rascals, we're here again on Feasibility Friday. This is our third time running. This is almost a thing. So far, I'm not sure how big our audience is, but it's a lot of fun. So today we're going to do another property in Orlando. And I've asked Rob, who is the Giraffe CEO and a trained architect, albeit an Australian trained architect, to help out on this one. So let's just have a zoom out at what it is that we're trying to do here. So on Feasibility Friday, we look at a Orlando-based project. And we've done all sorts of things. You can see I've got Feasos all over the countryside. But mainly we're just trying to get in and see if there's opportunity inside of Orlando. And by the way, check out how cool Giraffe is. So Rob, I don't know if you want to give any more context about yourself or just say a quick hello.
I'll say hi. I've been to Orlando, I think 2 times. Great city. So I'm glad to reshape it on the platform.
Well, and it's awesome. You know, like it's one of these cities that's growing. So there's just unlimited demand right now. Hopefully that continues. And there are all these cool little pockets that aren't very dense. So it's perfect for a discussion like this where we're looking at how can you increase density. So the last time we were in Orlando, we looked at the Mills 50 district, which is my favorite part of Orlando. Down here is all this cool retail and coffee shops, and we looked at a couple of parcels there. And this time we're going to be up in the Corrine Drive spot. Now, some people call it Corrine, others call it Corrine. I don't even know. Audubon is the school. Great school. And all of this retail here is incredible. So let's just jump into one of our projects that we've got set up. Rob's joined me in here. This is all these great shops here. There's a Kelly's here. There is East End Market is here.
What's a Kelly's? What's a Kelly's for the Australian audience?
Oh goodness, Kelly's is like a treat of the senses. It's like a high dairy product. You know, it's an ice cream.
Oh, it's an ice cream. Is it like Messina?
Messina's too fancy. Kelly's is like
it's like a mainstream Messina. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
It's your bread and
butter. Is it like a destination? You go there and you just buy Kelly's.
Kelly's, yeah, and they're
cool.
It's just an ice cream shop. It's incredible. 10 out of 10. They're often paired with Foxtail coffee,
right?
And they develop a lot of like small retail stuff, and they're in. You'd love it. It's right up your alley.
I mean, if it had Foxtail involved, that would be incredible as well.
Okay, so the sites we're looking at, we're actually going to look at 2 sites today because we're going to have the speed and power of 2 users, and you can see Rob bumping around there in the background. We're going to look at this little townhome site here. So let's get rid of this. Right now, it's owned by a bloke. He seems like a good bloke, and he's got this huge parcel here. And I'll explain why we picked this one in a second. And then by comparison, we're going to do this little retail spot as well. And we love the retail that's in here, particularly this one. This is Stardust, little cafe, coffee shop, live music venue. So we want to design something, Rob, here that incorporates this tenant, but maybe reimagines it in a more dense sort of world.
Yeah. Groovy.
All right. So first things first, let's start thinking about the as of right zoning. And Rob, I'm not going to do any designing. I don't want to design. Okay.
I'll be the designer. You tell me what, and I'll just do it.
Okay, sweet. Well, and hopefully you can find some things that I would never do. So on this site, the zoning, I'm going to bring up Zonomics and just ask Giraffe what the zoning is. So I'll right click on this parcel and I'll just click on this parcel and Zonomics is going to go do its thing. Zonomics has been a mite slow today. But you can see actually this parcel is really interesting. In the background, I've got the future land use coming in from City of Orlando.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And the parcel's actually kind of split between mixed use and residential. So we may actually see in the future this turns into AC2, which is what, or AC1, which is what this one is.
And the Alliance Academies of Central Florida, LLC, is the owner?
That's right. It's I think it's a small, like little early learning facility at the moment.
Oh yeah, groovy.
Yeah. Now, okay, so first thing we're going to do is say, let's ask Giraffe what the density is we can get on here. You can see the zoning code is giving us a whole bunch of conditionals. So I'm actually going to read the zoning code whilst Rob's designing. But what I know already is that there is a bunch of setbacks here that make this not impossible, but certainly not suited for multifamily, dense multifamily.
Okay.
So it's zoned R3, Bob. And
So tell me about R3.
Okay, R3 has a max height of 35.
35 feet.
Yep. Has a rear setback of 20 feet. So I'm just going to go program that rear setback in.
Yeah. Can you program that into the envelope?
Yep.
Because I can't do the convert the metric to.
Yeah, no.
And I'm drawing slowly what I would just be drawing, which would be. What are you on the default layer?
I don't know what layer I'm on. I'm on default.
No, it's appearing. Yeah. There it is. Okay, yeah.
I think this is considered front. Okay, so tell us what you're doing there, Rob.
Okay, so I just drew 2 lines that off the buildings neighboring.
Oh, good thinking.
And that is essentially, this is why I often say like a developer basically just needs satellite, because if the neighbors have done it, you're normally going to be able to do it. And you can see how tightly that aligns, exactly, from a precedent point of view. So, the principles of town planning is like preserve the character of the neighborhood, which means make things kind of similar looking. So that's good. And then the rear setback, I would have probably guessed. It actually looks like your envelope makes it slightly smaller than it used to be. So that's cool. All right, and we're doing townhomes.
Well, I think so. Like if you read the code, the density is quite low despite it being R3, and but we can have attached dwellings. So some of the Orlando code, like R2 and R1, only let you do 4 dwellings per building. But you can have as many dwellings as you want per building. You've just got to be under that 35. So I don't know. You may come up with a better idea, but when I was doing this, I thought townhomes because it was the parcel's a little too narrow for a corridor and 2 dwellings.
Yeah.
And you got to think we're in Florida, so we've got to park this thing, right? So that's the
so how do we read that zoning?
So we can open it up, and I can send you this link.
If you do the stat planning job, which is to tell me how many houses I'm allowed, so I'm just not even thinking. I'm just going. James said.
Yes, let's go to R3.
Yeah.
Multiple family dwelling district. And it's not interesting looking at this code, though, Rob. I want you to.
No, you got to tell me. Did you just say put 6 townhomes? 10, 8, 1.
There is. I don't.
Or is it like?
There is.
It's just I can go to any density I choose.
Correct.
And then it's just a function of the size of the market.
Oh, look at this! This is already more attractive than what I was doing.
Yeah. So hang on, I'm just going to put this on a drawing layer because I'm going to call this option 1. Spiky. And then I'm just going to lock I'll keep the envelope layer on there, but I'm just going to lock it because I kept clicking on it.
Okay. Do you want to share your screen whilst you're designing, and I'll read this zoning code, see if I come up.
I'm like 90% sure I am sharing my screen.
Oh.
Yeah, you need a pop. It's crazy.
No, it's sharing my screen, but I will.
Yeah, I think you've got. I think I'm like back. I think I'm like backstage or something. Yeah.
There you go. All right, nice. Very cool.
Okay.
Okay, you do that. I'll read the code whilst we're doing it.
Yeah. Just read the code on screen. Okay, so I've got X-ray mode on there, which means I can sort of click through objects to get behind. So I've turned that off. And I'm just doing some stuff. So what I've got now, this is where the Australian brain is reeling with respect to the American market. So a 1,600 footprint dwelling, so that's 160 square meters. That would be like a sort of a 2-bed detached townhouse here, maybe 3 beds.
1,600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems quite large. That's large.
Big.
Yeah.
That's the size of my house. Yeah, my house is.
Yeah. So okay, so then normally what they do is these are quite wide, 30 feet wide, which is wide. So let's pack them up a bit closer. And then normally, Jimbo, in this market would a townhouse be all 3 levels or all 2 levels?
3. Yep, is the
It would be
size of
3,
your.
and it would be 1 tenancy. Like it's not they're not like sort of
No, that's
one
right.
on. Yeah.
We want them to be one tenancy because I think the way this deal is going to work is it'll be better to sell these as standalone houses as opposed to rent them out.
Got it.
And therefore we kind of want to max the footprint because this market that we're in is a very nice area and there's almost no supply of smaller affordable homes. So I think that like if we can get them in between say 700 and $1 million for a really nice townhome, it would be perfect for the market that we're in.
Okay, interesting. Okay, and so and what about the size of that of the?
So I call it somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 square feet. That would be massive.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're hitting at the minute. So we could probably squeeze another one in. 20 feet wide is 7 meters wide. So these are very comfortable in that width. You know, you get that sort of gun barrel effect of a, like we call them terraces here, which is sometimes good, but it just means light is light ingress is a problem. And you can see the way I work, and this is not the way many people work, is I don't mind things not touching. And I don't mind about non-right angles, but I do realize that puts me in a minority. At this stage of a design, it absolutely doesn't matter. And what I'm doing is I'm just breaking it up so it feels like a quaint European village. To read.
Well, this is, I mean, it's true. Like, you know what's crazy about Orlando? If we turn the satellite on whilst you're doing that, is a lot of these streets, like halfway up Winter Park, turns into cobblestone, like literally brick roads.
Well, boom.
Because they love this like pseudo-European vibe. And actually what I was thinking about is if you look a couple of streets over, there is a townhome precedent that we could steal.
Yeah, where?
But it's on R1, which is crazy. So yeah, literally there.
So here, I'll show you something cool just with the map because I can't see what's town. I'm going to see if they're actually modeled as separate buildings. So I'll just open the buildings and I'll just chuck the outline on and put them on fill. Okay, but they're all modeled as one geometry anyway. Okay, so this is what I love about Giraffe, because this, just like I did with the setback thing, you just grab this building and it's a precedent. So you know the market, at least at some point absorbed these and was happy with these. All right, so
and it's zoned R1, which is crazy.
So what is it? So what's R1? Just interpret
like
for the common man.
Single family. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. If you look
this parcel is single family, but they got away with this.
Yeah, and if you look in Regrid, the parcels are per building, which would mean they're condominiums. So somehow they got a condominium approval and started being R1.
Oh, that's cool. Zoning changes.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. And look, we've converged. Like this one, 25 feet wide, and the ones I'm drawing here, 21 odd feet wide, at the same depth, sort of that 60-foot depth, so sort of 20 meters. That's quite deep, but you can imagine 8 plus 8 for like 2 living areas, with light there, and then you put your some stairs, some bathrooms, etc., that don't need light in the middle, and you're sort of there. Yeah.
Now,
maybe a light well. Yeah.
Can you define the which ones? Is it a townhome with a green? Like, does the green represent one townhome, or is each shape here a townhome?
So, great question. I mean, it would be amazing. This is like the European thing, where if you go to European cities, like the tenancies and the strata are very complex. So it's like this guy's house, but he owns the roof. You know what I mean? And so
he's coming out onto the roof.
Yeah.
He's got the air rights of the
exactly, which is in older, sort of more complex older cities, that happens because people do deals and they do trades, etc. This guy buys the parking rights from that guy, and then but probably it's not super clean. So probably what you would do, because I love rooftop gardens. I don't know if they would fly off the shelves, but what we could do is you just do something like copy this guy on, chuck the stack order up, and put him back, and you just so you may have everyone has their own little rooftop bit, and if I do the same over here, then this guy, you could do things like this, depending on the light, like where the evening light comes from, or where people would sit out, where you can have, they can be very private little gardens like this.
Mm.
And that could be really fun.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so, I mean, this is why you get an architect involved. I just never think of this. I had it literally done as row homes before.
But is it value creating? This is the question. This is what the whole point of Giraffe is can you create?
Well, it depends how we cut the dwellings up. Like if it's a dwelling per row, then I would say absolutely you've created value here, because not only are they big, but they're really super interesting, unique, and right next to this retail. Like, I think this would just absolutely go.
Yeah, well, and that's why you'd spend the extra money to make them cool.
Mm. Now, what you haven't thought about, Rob, is how do we park this sucker?
Yeah. So how do they do it? How do they do it in this neighborhood? So do they do that underground with an entrance over there, or?
No, we would. I mean,
is it all surface parked?
It's all surface because it's sand. We don't want to go underground.
They just tuck it in under the.
Yeah, so you could do the tuck, and then you lose a bit of.
And is in this market, it's got to be two car garage.
No, it could be one per dwelling, but from a market point of view, which is what you just asked me, I would say absolutely. If we're doing 3,500, then we want 2 cars in.
Okay, so that's interesting, right? And this is like, I would love to do that from the back, if we could, because okay, so this is an urban thing. The new urbanists always talk about this. Like, this looks nice, and if there's front doors there and little gardens and stuff, that's going to look amazing. As soon as you say it's going to be driveway,
it kills
the whole front it becomes blank garage walls and car and driveways like concrete.
So can you move it all forward to the front of the envelope and then do a laneway on the back and tuck it?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that's a great idea. Let's do that. I'm just going to refresh. I'm just struggling to select right now.
Yeah, that bloody envelope. I mean, it's awesome having it there, but you just got to lock that layer. Let's lock the envelope.
I did have it locked. So let me see now. There we go. We're back. All right. So let's move it forward. Yeah, and I didn't even know how. So here's another question. Do the people? I guess we've moved the private. What in Australia we would call this private open space, which is their little gardens, to the roof, which is a differentiator, and that people will like that. And so that means there's less pressure on the outdoor gardens.
Yes.
So then we can quite happily chuck in a little.
I think so. Yeah. Plus, we're in this neighborhood that's very green, and there's already quite a lot of foliage, and there's going to be a lot of open space because of the setbacks being so aggressive.
Yes.
So I think I think that makes a lot of sense. Now, there was a question that I had. The other thing you should do is tuck the parking. So
so let's do that.
I don't know. You could select them all, and I don't know.
Yeah. So we just do. You go copy paste, chuck them down, and hop it back like this. That's what it looks like. Yeah, just tucked. That's what we refer to as a tuck.
Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Yeah, it is good. This is, you see, in Australia we don't tuck anymore. We do subterranean basically exclusively. And except in older builds, and you can just see how economic this is, because you're building, you're not going down, you're just building up.
Well, and everything's sand here anyway, so the whole thing would.
So it doesn't work anyway. Yeah, right. So
now
this is the problem with explicit modeling is, you want to be doing like super fast algorithmic stuff, but you can also see it doesn't actually matter because it's so quick to model anyway. That
now, do you have an issue, Rob, if I change each one of these to the townhome usage?
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
I'll work away. You do that. Well, let's see what happens.
There we go. They're just an ugly color, really, is what happened.
Oh, but we can adjust that.
Let's make them a nice sort of fuchsia color.
Yes.
Where's townhome?
We better had fuchsia.
That feels right, don't you think?
I think so. What's in reality? What would we be doing? in terms of
like look and feel? Probably a Spanish thing. There's like a lot of kind of modern Spanish homes in this neighborhood.
So this is sort of like white plastery cup of.
Yeah, white plaster, terracotta roof.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, how the heck do I get fuchsia? I'm just Googling the hex. Oh no, we don't want fuchsia. That's exactly the wrong color.
I would go white. I've actually gotten into for the sort of the white card model look. So where's Townhome? There it is. Let's just see what like a nice bright white. Would it be bright white in the see, I don't mind that. But then what you got to do now is we've got to change the 3D buildings to something else.
Oh, right.
That's too, then our scheme competes. Oh, that's hideous.
Well,
yeah, color is hard.
Was that me?
Oh, no, did you go red? Yeah, you went red.
Okay, sorry. Controls edit that. That's disgrace.
I think you have to.
I have to controls edit. There you go.
Yeah.
But I've controls edited it to yellow.
No, to okay. Hang on. Let's just pause. Let me grab let me grab this.
Okay, I'm going to go get rental comps while you're doing that.
Yeah. You
or
do the rental.
Maybe sale comps, because we're thinking this is a condominium project, isn't it? Now we're right on the edge of
time.
Rob, how are you going for time?
I've got another 3 minutes to close this deal.
All right,
maybe
excellent.
5. Yeah.
Let's get the bloody listings done, and then we'll show the group whether it's feasible or not.
Oh yeah, because we're actually going to ask for investment funds.
That's right. This. We're raising money on our fuchsia project. Now, I think it's because some of them have the wrong
use.
Yeah, some of them have got some wacky use. I'm just going to hit refresh too, so it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to grab the screen?
I will when I start putting the deals in.
Okay. Cool.
So I'll go for sold in this neighborhood.
Okay, I need to put on option 1. There we go.
Oh, quite a lot in this little pocket that's sold recently. Love it. Okay, so we'll go get some data.
Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna start putting some trees on.
Yeah, please do. And I'm just going to update this cost model, I think, to like a sales income. We'll do a dwelling price. We'll just keep it super simple.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Now, whilst you're doing that, Rob, I'm going to take over sharing and just show this list of comps that I've just downloaded. How do I do that? Turn him back on. Okay, great.
This has got it.
But which tab? This tab is what I want. Okay, so I've just downloaded some comps, and I'm going to grab them. I'll say import, upload, Zillow comps. These are sales within the area, and to get them in a format that Giraffe likes, I'm just going to change. I'm going to actually create a new column that just puts all of the address into one line. You see the address is like split out right now. So we'll just go equals that and that. Oh my goodness, James. I'm just trying to get the zip in there so it doesn't get confused. Thrilling content right here.
This is the way the sausage is made.
That's right. What's that thing you said the other day? It's like anyone who's willing to just do like 5,000 clicks can basically
rule the world.
All right. So download that sucker. We'll call this Zillow comps, and we're just looking for sales that have taken place. I'm going to drop it into a CSV, and then I'm coming back here, and you see Rob's whipping away, and we've run out of time to do a second site. But that's okay because we've done this one really cool. add data layer, create new layer, vector, browse, Zillow comps. There it is. Open. Now, check this out. I love this. So now we're going to get all these recent sales around our property. Look at that. Amazing. And I'm actually going to import them all to the project. First, I'll create a drawing layer called comps. And we'll bring them in. And we'll make them look real nice by adding a marker to the points. And those markers will be a $sign. And then we want a pop-up on the markers. And the pop-up, we're going to add the price per square foot. Price per living area unit in USD. That's what we want. Well, it might not be what we want, but let's see. I think living area unit roughly translates to, yes, price per square foot. Hallelujah.
Living area unit. Oh, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So if I just click around, it's a pretty bloody broad view. And if we were spending more time on this, we would look at townhomes in the area, which there aren't really many, but over here in Baldwin Park, there are heaps. And you can see, I mean, it's pretty remarkable. The spread is just unbelievable. So 340, 350 for single family stuff.
And I mean, that's why you've got to try and and like what's the classics to get up to the top end is you make like your diamond package or whatever, and it's better finishes, better appliances.
But I think we can underwrite this at $400 a square foot, because
I mean, I think our design's just got that little something.
It's bloody premium. Oh crap! I've been sharing the wrong friggin' screen. Sorry, people. So here is our comps, and you can see I'm just clicking around on them. Beautiful.
Oh, did you chuck those into Giraffe?
Yeah, aren't they cool?
That is very cool.
So I reckon what we do is we say $400 a square foot. So we'll go. The model here is sales price of. Are you working on the townhome usage, Rob?
No.
Which usage?
Oh, you see, no, townhome. Yeah, sorry.
So I'll put 410. Let's just be cheeky. $410 a square foot.
Come on.
And we're going to say our sales income. Oh, sorry, just stop editing for a second. Sales income is the area, gross area, square feet multiplied by the sales price. A times B. Beautiful. 188 million. That seems wrong, doesn't it?
188 million seems quite high.
We've hit goal. No, we must have a crazy sales price or a crazy use. So townhomes at 410. Do we have like a?
Oh no, we've got some residential in there. I know it's all residential. Hang on, sorry, I don't know why I changed to residential. Let's put it back.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just change it in residential. Sale price.
Sweet.
410. Yeah. And do we have any sort of random layers? I think we do, don't we? So let's just pop this onto it. So option 1 is what you've been modeling, correct? Yep.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, so 9 mil of sales. That makes more sense.
That seems better, yeah.
And, we're not even going to consider like...
so what are we saying? $400? Yeah. So it's 16,000 NRA.
Yep. And then to build, we're going to say, what is our cost to build? We've got it at... I think we could build them at 320. We've put it in at
320 and selling them at 450, 410.
Yep.
Geez, that's quite a tight spread, isn't it?
It's a bit bloody tight. So we might be able to get lower. Like 320 is probably more accurate for an apartment complex.
But it could be. I mean, I don't have an instinct for it in your great nation.
It's hard to know, and we've also like jacked up the price with an enormous, like 50% soft cost. So let's get rid of our soft cost completely. And I don't think it pencils, Rob, just for the folks playing at home.
Just for the record. And so this is where like you would see, okay, all this fancy stuff we've done with this like staggered checkerboard roof, you would try and drive your construction costs down as quickly
which we could
as
do maybe
possible
with
and
modular,
simplify.
like modular bathrooms,
Exactly.
modular kitchens.
Yeah.
There's a great company in Orlando, Shore Pods, that do modular bathrooms.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
And maybe in terms of efficiencies, did you update their sales efficiencies?
In what sense? Like I'm selling the gross.
Oh, you're selling this, yes. So you're not even using any, so it's just factoring. Yeah.
And then the other way we could think about this would be as a rental asset, and the rental market in Orlando is hot. Let's just do that real quick. Let's say well, you've got to go, so let's not do that. But either way, very fun experiment. And I'd live there, Rob.
I'd live there too. You got one buyer. You got two buyers.
There's a liquor shop across the road. That's the ABC business there.
All right, that's good. That's what I was.
Live music venue just here. You got a donut shop right here. That's Salty, the donut shop. Bloody hell.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Everything a man needs. There's a karaoke bar on this corner. Like literally everything. Oh, and this spot here is called Cadence. It's a Michelin star sushi restaurant.
Jeez. I mean, yeah, that is pretty good.
Okay, so let's pump our rent, our dwellings price up. Let's go as high as I saw. I saw 480, which I did think was a bit ridiculous, but let's try it anyway. 480. You know, it's amazing if you just increase the sale price, how you can make a deal feasible.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, thanks, guys, for attending. Hopefully you can see how fun Giraffe can be, particularly when you've got a mate doing it with you. And we'll see you next week on Feasibility Friday or Thursday if you're in America.